And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from Faison. I'm probably butchering that name. Who asked the question, who would win in a fight, Daredevil or Beast Boy? So, I mean, Beast Boy's pretty obvious in terms of what he can do. Beast Boy can shapeshift into any animal he can think of, even mythical animals to a certain. I think he can take like the form of a dragon if he tries, or alien animals from a different planet entirely. He's not limited to terrestrial animals from his own planet. Beast Boy is also actually just generally very athletic and good shape. Is capable. He's not really a martial artist or anything, but he could hold his own in like a fist fight if he had to. It's really just the matter of what he's capable of turning into and how quickly he can do it. He can just turn into something on the fly. He is bound though by the limitations of things he could turn into though. He can't combine two things together he can't like turn into a combination of a like tiger and like a llama or something like that. At least as far as I know, he can't do that. Maybe they upgraded him recently, but no, he can partially transform as well. But it is what it is. Daredevil Matt Murdock is pretty obvious what he can do. We anyone who's known Daredevil now for a while knows what Daredevil's capable of. But he was blinded as a kid, but the chemicals gave him a sonar radar ability that allowed him to see the world through a different method. This allows him to have perfect balance, enhanced sense of smell, hearing, touch. He has an electromagnetic sense that allows him basically in his head 3D um, perception of the world around him. He is an expert martial artist and trained in many different forms, including boxing, aikido, ninjutsu, akajutsu, or he's got many different martial arts under his belt. He's also insanely athletic, capable of doing many different forms of athleticism, including somersaults, jumping. He wields his billy club, which can transform into different types of weapons. Basically, it's a staff, it's a grappling hook, it's nunchucks. I think he has different versions though. Like the nunchucks aren't necessarily included like with the billy club. Um, and it's a very versatile weapon. And his suit is even quite impressive as well. It's electric resistant. I think it's got Kevlar involved in it. I mean, don't get me wrong. He can't take like a point blank shot from a shotgun or anything like that, but or like 50 caliber rifle, but he can take small arm fire to a certain degree, similar to like how Batman can kind of do that as well. If these two met in a fight, what would happen? Why would they fight? Honestly, I can't think of a legit reason why these two would fight. These are not two characters that would fight if they were in the same world with each other. Um, but if they were fighting, who would win? Who would win? The issue Daredevil's going to have to overcome in the fight between him and Beast Boy is the more powerful creatures Beast Boy can turn into. And I don't mean something like a lion or a tiger or a bear. Honestly, Daredevil can take those guys on no problem. He can take a bear on no problem. Daredevil can beat that without too much difficulty. Don't get me wrong, it's still man versus bear. He'd still theoretically lose in a straight up fist fight, but he's smart enough not to just challenge a bear like that. He'd fight it intelligently. No, the issues are going to be for the bigger heavy hitter creatures. Hippos, for example, which are actually kind of bulletproof. That's how thick the hippo skin is. Elephants, rhinos, turning into a dragon, which Beast Boy can in fact do. Turning into alien creatures, turning into dinosaurs. It's those creatures that Beast Boy is going to have, or Daredevil's going to have a severe challenge against, particularly as he scales up the size and power. So the question is, could Daredevil beat any of those creatures? In theory, sure, but I think like he could definitely. I feel confident he could probably beat like a rhino or a hippo, just because he can just stay out of the hippo's way in the fight. Though Beast Boy can be strategic, turn into a bird, fly up, turn into a whale, and drop straight down on someone and crush them to death. So there is that little snafu. But Daredevil's senses are so keen too, he could probably get out of the way in time. So, and in a straight hand-to-hand fight, Beast Boy loses outright to Daredevil. This is actually kind of tough because I do think Daredevil can handle most earthbound terrestrial animals. I do. I even think, even though it would be difficult, we've seen him do certain feats, especially going up against other super-powered individuals, that he could probably take on an elephant or a rhino, albeit with severe difficulty. But then you get into dinosaurs and you get into more mythical based creatures like dragons and stuff like that, where that might be where Daredevil's limitation lies. Unlike Batman, who has also done that, but actually come out on top. The Batman has a wide array of gadgets and things along those lines that can help him out, and that whereas Daredevil only really carries his billy club with him. I think in a realistic scenario, if I'm writing it, because that's really what any versus is if you are writing it, what is it? If I'm writing it, I don't think Beast Boy finds him a big enough threat for most of the fight to have the need to go into those bigger forms, and that would ultimately be his detriment in terms of losing the fight, unless he feels he's about to get killed, in which case then he turns into something monstrous like a dinosaur or something like that, and then comes after Daredevil. And Daredevil's basically now got to play hide and seek from a damn Tyrannosaurus. So yeah, leading up to all that, Daredevil I think would be able to keep him at bay and beat him down pretty much. Once he does that, though, Daredevil is on the serious losing side of that fight. So I will tentatively say that it's gonna be Beast Boy, but only if Beast Boy lasts long enough and has enough forethought or not forethought, but has enough, let's call it survival instinct to get to the point in the fight where he's got to turn into one of the big monsters he can turn into, big monster animals in the animal kingdom. And unfortunately, Daredevil just doesn't come equipped to beat something like that. So I would, even though I love Daredevil, I like both these characters, but I love Daredevil, and I would hope he would have won. But the more time passes when you think on it, the more it's like Beast Boy does have it in his arsenal to take down Daredevil. And honestly, he can even turn into germs and stuff like that, so he could theoretically just attack Daredevil from the inside. I don't think he would do that though, but he could. In theory, he could do that very easily. Anyway, though, I digress. That is my thoughts on Beast Boy versus Daredevil. My money goes on the Beast of the Boy. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. What do you think? Do you think Daredevil could beat Beast Boy no matter what? Or do you think Beast Boy would actually win? Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see you folks for the next one.